Hey everybody, it's Master Gallengeist here, bringing you my review for Doctor Strange Issue 5, 2023. This is a nice looking cover, and pretty crazy. Definitely showcasing a wedding of the mystical and magical in nature, so I like it that it fits up. And it's just as crazy as this looks. So, we start off this issue in New Umaria, and we're at the wedding of Umar the Unrelenting and Tiboro, Lord of the Seething Volcano, Spirit of Decay, etc. And we see, no, it can't be you, with Strange and Clea. It's like, what the hell is going on? So then we switch up to the Sanctum Sanctorum that morning, as we see Doctor Strange ruminating on what a doctor is, that they're like a gambler, a magician, a confidant, but that he thinks that a doctor must be a detective. And he's having trouble with like a bow tie. He's like, I never get these things right, so he decides to just go without. Nightmare believed him the author of his misery. Pandora Peters believes that Clea is the murderer of Agamon, and it's fully within Clea's character to do that, he has no doubt. But when she says she didn't do it, he believes her. And for Nightmare, he certainly has no memory of assaulting him or imprisoning astral souls of children. So two mysteries that he believes are the same, the twin fangs of the same snake. And then Clea's like, by the hoary host, Stephen, are you still fussing? Your vanity really knows no end. And he's talking about how he just doesn't want to embarrass her. And no one will be looking at him but at her, since she's the most fascinating creature in all worlds. And she's calling him a flatterer, and I do love that the eye is kind of looking at her, and they're like, alright, you ready for this? I know that your relationship with your mother is fractious, says the man she had a hand in killing. Well, I won't mention it if she doesn't, as they then go, and we see that they are talked about the Sorcerer Supreme of the Dark Dimension, the Sorcerer Supreme of Earth, Warlord Clea Strange, and Dr. Stephen Strange. And of course, people have to address people with something. So then we shift up and we see that the couple come to greet their guests. And Clea's like, it begins. It's like, I love her look and how she kind of like says it there. I'm like, I totally get you there, Clea. And Tiboro is like, oh, you came, showing the proper respect for the Sorcerer Supreme of the Sixth Dimension. I like that. Should I address you as daughter then, Clea Strange? And she's like, sure. Yeah, you're in good company. My true father's a craven whose name I spit upon, and you and he are of the same kind. And he's like, you dare! And she goes into, like, flaming Faltine mode as well. And there's little, I do not dare you, swine. It's like, yep. Magical weddings. Pissed off people. Umar gets in between both of them, says to forgive her daughter's tongue. And, of course, he names her as murderer. And she's like, say that one more time, and I will show you a murder. And I love how Strange is looking at that with his eye as well. And he's talking about, you think we're fools. First, Dagoth handed to the peregrine child, and now Agamon struck down in his palace. Strange is too weak, but you, your mother's child, you demand the repayment of your husband's death in blood, Clea Strange, but you will not find me such easy prey. And then Umar's like, forgive me, I'll go speak to my daughter. And it's like, huh, okay. And then I love this bit between Strange and Tiboro, and I love the use of color and how this just works out. It's like, I would never think to mar your wedding festivities with harsh words, Tiboro, but as it is just us boys at the moment, let me tell you what I did when I returned from the grave you put me in. I sought out Victor Von Doom and told him that I would not countenance him speaking again to my wife in a way not unlike the way you just did. And I fear Dr. Doom, Tiboro. I do not fear you. That is fucking great. And enough to be like, yeah, you might be Sorcerer Supreme of the Sixth Dimension. I fear what Dr. Doom can do. I do not fear you. That is just great dialogue, great writing, and really gets Stephen. It's like, yeah. And Clea's like, Tiboro, really? And she's like, yes, Tiboro. And Strange is like, make of that what you will, what he said to Tiboro. I'm like, yeah. And she's like, how can you marry that? He's a brute. Will he make you happy? 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 When has marriage ever been a thing of happiness between beings of power? As we then see them discussing what's going on. That Dagoth's dead, Agamon's dead, as is Caecilius. Your husband's 5 murders, only 2 yet lit. This is a consolidation of power, daughter, for safety. And that death toll ignores the others. Boris Bathory, Igneo, Duke Arcos, the bastard Jasper Genever. How long until whoever this is comes for me? You think he'll protect you from the killer? Ha! No! But perhaps he will occupy the killer long enough for me to escape. That is a marriage between powers, Clea. It's like, that's not actually a bad idea. At least she's not like, he'll protect me. It's like, no, I'm pretty much going to be like, bear, eat his ass, and then run away. It's like, it's not a strategy that I like or would ascribe to, but I understand the utility of it. And then she talks to Clea being like, you don't know the luxury you've been given to marry for love. And then she asks if she loved Clea's father. She said maybe in her own way, but I could never marry him, of course. And then why not a simple alliance, saying that marriage is an alliance, binding of the 2 powers, ceremony, and of course an heir. And she's like, not you, Clea. As we then get the bombshell that they are creating a daughter to be their new heir between Tyboro and Umar. That your time as my heir has ended. This is the heir to both Tyboro and myself, the child we have created together, gestated, of course, in a magical womb, as I will never birth another from my own flesh. Clea, this will be your sister, and if I am killed, the responsibility for her falls to you. Which, this is an interesting and kind of strange way. Sibling relationships are a thing that kind of like, since I have my own sister and everything, and seeing those kind of relationships unfold, this is a nutty ass way to drop that kind of bombshell. It will be interesting to see how Clea will interact with her sister if we are able to get to a point where she's utilized and writers actually take it up and use it. This would be very interesting to see how Clea reacts to that change, how that changes her character and everything. Clea's then, of course, tells this to Steven. He's like, whoa, that's kind of weird. And, of course, Steven's like, I had a sister. She could be a joy to you as Donna was to me. And that's kind of cool for Strange to kind of, like, give that kind of perspective to Clea. And that makes me, like, I understand that Steven's got a sister, but I kind of like that connection and everything. So it's like, yay. Well, she has yet to be born, so who can say? Now, who is supposed to be officiating this farce? Oh, dear. And then we see, I should have known, and I love how the dialogue bubble looks, as we see that who, of course, would come to officiate a wedding like this? None other than the dreaded Dormammu. Dread Dormammu. And he's like, Dread Dormammu has arrived. Come here to Sovereign Warlord territory in order to recognize the union of my sister, Umar the Unrelenting, and Tyboro, Sorcerer Supreme of the Sixth Dimension. I see many who have come to pay tribute to the betrothed, warlords, conquerors, despots from across the many worlds. Why? There's even a doctor in the house, as I love that Strange's look is just like, fuck off, as well as the Eye of Agamotto. And then, of course, we see that his style is like, do you take this coward, this snake, this creature utterly unworthy of being linked to the glory of our cosmic lineage? And Umar's like, I do. Tyboro, do you take this crippled thing, this fleshy embarrassment to the name of the Faultine, this so-called warlord? Dormammu, you overstep. I do will suffice, Tyboro. I do. Then upon your own heads be it, Dormammu proclaims these two wed. Like, this is the craziest officiating, and definitely is how Dormammu would fucking do it. It's like, yep, this was totally worth it. And the only thing that I think could one-up this for me would be like Doctor Doom officiating any kind of wedding. Anyone and all. It'd just be like, yep. With just being completely and utterly an asshole about it. Let any who challenge my proclamation identify themselves, so I may annihilate them. Yep. Suppose it is not every day you get to attend the wedding of 2 of your murderers. Indeed. Will there be an open bar, do you think? Gods, I hope so. I'm like, yeah, I get that for them. Totally get that. But then we start seeing that shit starts getting fucking real as holy fuck balls, Batman. Yes, I know that's DC. But everything's kind of going nutty dude on nutty day. We're getting like shots and everything. Hoary hosts. What could an excellent start to a doomed marriage. Goodbye, sister. Goodbye, brother. As Dormammu fucking checks out. It's like, there goes the Dreadlord. I believe that none of this is my business. Could be your business. As we see Clea and Strange doing barriers and everything. And then the warriors, like the one we fought weeks ago, enslaved astral souls. Oh gods, Clea, it's the children as we see them bashing in and coming in. It's like, goddamn. And I love the fucking art. I love their clothes and everything. Like Clea's outfit for the wedding, her getting into her battle attire, everything. Like, goddamn. And then, of course, Tyboro's like, you dare? And then Strange is like, damn, Tyboro, no, they're children. As he starts trying to do a Denabite death column. And we see that Strange and Clea now have to fight this on two fronts, stopping fucking Tyboro from, like, annihilating children and stopping the children from fighting and hurting themselves or other people. We gotta protect them as they use the shields of the Seraphim to protect them, but we see them getting blasted out as shit's getting real. And then Tyboro's like, you're defending these interlopers? This is your doing, Clea Strange. You and your damned husband. No, it's Clea, quickly. As things are going kind of nuttier and Umar's doing her stuff in her territory, all trespassers will die. But then her and Tyboro get blasted. It's like, what the fuck? No, I think not Umar, nor you, Tyboro. But seeing as how I have what I have come for, I shall show the two of you mercy today on your wedding day. No, it can't be you. Ah, you remember. Finally, I wasn't sure if you would. Stephen, who? As we see what we have seen through the solicitations and everything, the big reveal that it is a Strange, and as he has Clea's sister. A good question, isn't it, Stephen? I have been given many names. 5,000 years of war will do that. Warhound of the Vishanti, Butcher of the War of the Seven Spheres, the bloody-handed bastard of the Screaming Labyrinths, Friend Killer, Peacebreaker, Orphan Lord. But I want to hear it from you, Doctor, the one who stole my life. Say my true name. Strange. General Stephen Strange. And that looks nutty, and we learn that this is the form that Strange had. Or we don't know how this is working out, so it seems that there's two Doctor Stranges, and I don't think this is like a variant kind of play. I think this is how Strange fought in the 5,000 Years of War. And those names, just the writing, just like, I love the way he does it and how he can like showcase it. That panel just showcases everything. It's like, god dang. And then the next issue, we'll get the origin of General Stephen Strange. So this was a nutty issue, man. Like, I love that we got a mystical wedding, especially of the Faultine nature. I like that we examined the characters of how Strange is like, do not mess with my wife. I will protect her. I am afraid of Doctor Doom. And I told him to pound sand. I do not fear you, Tyboro. I love that shit. I love how Clea's like, how would you do this? And I love the interaction between her and Umar. How Umar's like, you have the luxury of being able to marry for love. I do not. I have had none. And it's interesting to get those perspectives on, especially a parent and child relationship, because sometimes the child has gone on to a different kind of way of living and wants to have a different kind of way of living and trying to reconcile those facts and see what kind of goes on. And then seeing Umar having, of course, the new heir and that they're doing everything. Dormammu just being a complete asshole of officiating this and just acting completely in character. And then we see General Strange utilizing the astral children and getting Clea's sister. And bringing up that, and it's like, oh shit, this is the person that's been doing it. I can't wait to see what goes on with this. This is a big kind of thing and reveal of being like, oh god, Strange did this. What's the story here since he's been mind wiped from it, and what that means with this, and what this Strange is going to do to try and get what he feels is owed to him, and what his plans are. It's like, holy fucking shit. Like, it's a big thing for, like, one of the big bads in this to be Strange like this. So I can't wait to see where this goes and what's going on. I love the creative team so far. I can't wait. So those are my opinions on the issue. Tell me what you guys think in the comments below. If you liked it, if you didn't like it, if you agree with me, if you disagree with me. Also like and subscribe, and I hope you have a good day.